Dysfunctional Vet here, and along for the ride is a little heavy breathing dog. Alright, this is a Woodland Mills HM126, and today we're replacing a bearing. The bearing goes, it's not going to let me zoom in. The bearing goes right in here. Let me show you what we've got. This is my replacement bearing right here. That's a 6200 bearing. And this is the other bearing that was there. This is your inner race. This was your bearing seal. This is your inner race, your bearing holders. And this is your outer race, and as you can see, it's got a little bit of a groove in it from being used a lot. Let me tell you what happened. This saw was bought in 2012. It's been used a lot. What happens is when cool water, which is out of your soap tank at the top, when the cold water gets on these bearings, little by little soap and dirt is sucked into the bearings. Anybody that boats knows that when you get to the lake, the first thing you do is you let your bearings on your trailer cool, because otherwise when you go into the water, those bearings are going to cool off, and when they shrink, they're going to pull the water in. Instead of being sealed, they're open. These bearings obviously will get hot, and they will pull a little bit of water in. This bearing right here is where my soap tank is dumping water onto the blade. So for this thing to fail after 6 years is not a big deal. I've got another one on order, and I'm going to change out the one on the right hand side as we're looking at the saw right there. I'm going to change that one out, and I'll get me a spare so that in another 6 years I can change this one out without having to stop. The process of getting it out is pretty straightforward. It took a 5/8 inch wrench to pull the nut. There's 3 washers on here for spacers. The bearing will sit on here like so. This will be screwed up to the top, nice and firm, and then the bearing will turn freely with the blade running on it. There was really very little to it. I did have to use a cheater to get it off. There's my cheater, that piece of pipe right there. Just remember, you need to loosen your blade. Then once the blade is loose, you'll be coming out this way, righty tighty, lefty loosey. So we want to come towards us to loosen it, and we want to go towards the blade to tighten it. Make sure that you're wearing gloves, and I'll go ahead and get it started so that y'all can see what I'm talking about. Sorry about the shake. I was looking for my other one. There we go. Goes right up in here. Goes here. And I'll be taking my wrench and I'll be turning towards the blade. And again, these blades will get you. So anyway, this is Dysfunctional signing off. Dysfunctional Vet signing off. And happy log cutting.